In Salt Lake City this weekend, the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints convened its twice-annual General Conference at a moment rich with transition, uncertainty, and remembrance. This gathering marks the first time in more than a century that the Church is meeting without a president in place, following the recent death of President Russell M. Nelson, who passed away at age 101. Nelson's passing left a significant symbolic and spiritual void. In LDS belief, the president is also prophet, seer, and revelator, and typically offers key addresses and announces major initiatives during General Conference. Yet the Church has a well-defined system for continuity. In the interim, the Quorum of the 12 Apostles, led by Dallin H. Oaks, has stepped in to provide leadership. Oaks, who served as one of Nelson's counselors, is widely expected to become the next president following formal proceedings later in the week. Observers note that in earlier eras, particularly in the 19th century, similar periods without a sitting president occurred. For example, after the death of Joseph Smith in 1844, the Quorum of the 12 led the Church during an interregnum. The last time a General Conference was held under such circumstances was in April 1951, when President George Albert Smith died just before the gathering. His funeral and the announcement of his successor were folded into the conference sessions themselves. The historic nature of this General Conference is heightened by recent sorrow. Just days ago, a gunman attacked a congregation in Grand Blanc Township, Michigan, killing 4 people and setting fire to the building in a violent, targeted assault. With members already mourning the loss of President Nelson, this unexpected tragedy cast a somber shadow, and church leaders are being watched to see how they address themes of forgiveness, unity, and resilience. While the Church is unlikely to stray far from tradition in messaging and structure, watchers are attuned to how Oaks might steer the tone and focus. In previous conferences, he has been one of the more outspoken voices on topics of religious freedom, civility in public discourse, and social issues. Some key questions for this conference include: will a formal announcement of Nelson's successor be made during the sessions? How overtly will the recent violence be addressed in talks? Will the Church reaffirm or shift priorities in areas Nelson emphasized, such as global temple expansion or youth programs? How will members feel the absence of the usual prophetic presence in the pulpit? Matthew Bowman, a historian of American religion, suggested that while attendees expect a conventional conference, Nelson's absence will be deeply felt. For Latter-day Saints worldwide, this conference is more than a ritual gathering. It is a moment of collective mourning, reaffirmation of faith, and anticipation of what comes next. The absence of a president, while unusual, underscores the reliance on institutional continuity and shared doctrine. In many ways, this conference will serve as a bridge between one prophetic era and the next, between grief and hope, and between a global membership looking for guidance and the leadership striving to fill big shoes.